Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Marvel's The Eternals is the next big mystery coming up on the MCU calendar. A lineup of less familiar names promising to revolutionize the Marvel mythology. Maybe even a surprise game changer for Phase 4 that Guardians of the Galaxy was in years past. All of the details we've been learning about these characters and the movie's plot and the limited visuals showing the movie's production design are starting to paint a picture for how exactly the Eternals could be the key to Marvel's future. As the Eternals, they've been on Earth for thousands of years, walking amongst us throughout the history of the MCU events that we know. So what have they been doing? Why haven't we seen them yet? Well, I actually think some clues from past MCU films have set up their existence, and we're gonna see how their secret history will establish the biggest game changer to hit the MCU, the mutants. Spoiler warning in case my theory is right and ruins your Phase 4. Now, I decided to make this video after pitching a version of this concept on Rogue Theory, and everyone loved it so much I got awarded the Golden Rogie.
That's the best Rogue Theory we've had. Yay! That's a golden Rogie.
Why I got the Golden Rogie?
The Golden Rogie.
Oh, really
You're going to Hollywood.
And now people are requesting it as its own breakdown. And you might want to check out that epic episode if you haven't yet. But yeah, I agree. Let's dig into this. Okay, the Eternals' massive casting includes these super-powered immortals who date back to ancient times, figures that various human cultures adapted into their mythologies, kind of like the ones hinted at in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Versions of them exist across our mythologies.
Turns out the myths are real.
Like Thor. Thor was a myth, and now I study him in my physics class.
But at the center of this plot will be Kit Harington as Dane Whitman. In the Marvel Comics, Whitman is a scientist who takes on his ancestral mantle as the hero Black Knight. Here, it sounds like Whitman will be an archaeologist who discovers the secret of the Eternals. Like Kumail Nanjiani, now putting the male in Kumail, he's playing the Eternal Kingo. And he said in an interview that Kingo is disguising himself as a Bollywood movie star. And for all of these characters, I believe ancestry will be the important theme of Marvel Phase 4. Where do you come from? Where do you go? Where did you come from, Jack Kingo? The events of Avengers Endgame and maybe a secret invasion plot will leave human society a little paranoid over who among them they can trust. Like some members of society are Skrulls in disguise, so everyone could be a Skrull. While this is going on, those snobby Kree from Hala are dispersing propaganda that the Skrulls, just like that mad Titan Thanos who, wreaked havoc upon the universe, they all descended from this bloodline known as the Deviant gene, genetic aberration from the ancient experiments of the godly Celestials. And then all the normal folks in the MCU will be like, wait, huh? Well, I guess Grimace used his magic jewels to turn all my friends into dust, so I guess anything's possible. Various artwork that has been released for the Eternals film has shown depictions of these Celestials, which were first teased in the MCU with that Eson the Searcher cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy, Nowhere being a severed celestial head, and the fact that Ego himself was a Celestial. They're the ancient gods who created both the Eternals and their enemies, the Deviants. So in a society panicking over this whole genetic history bombshell, enter archaeologist Dane Whitman, who studies the ebony blade, which, like touching old stuff often does in nerd stories. This triggers a flashback. He goes back to ancient times, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, and among the ancient immortals he witnesses is Kingo, whom he recognizes as a modern-day Bollywood superstar, kind of like how real-life immortals like Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage show up in old-timey photographs. Cover's blown, Kumail, should have kept your shirt on. Now this movie is being described as a love story between Whitman and Gemma Chan as Cersei. It sounds like Cersei's been assigned to erase Whitman's memories, but as happens in the comics, and often in life, they fall in love. I expect the story to be something like Disney's Hercules or Twilight, with ancient immortals pressuring the lover. I don't care if you love him, he's immortal. He'll expose us all and disrupt the ancient balance, so let's lobotomize him so he knows nothing. These high and mighty Eternals like Richard Madden as Icarus, Salma Hayek as Ajax, Angelina Jolie as Thena, they'll be the antagonists blocks, too blinded by hatred of their eternal foes, the Deviants. But I think the big game-changing twist is that, as we saw with the not actually evil Skrulls, these deviant others are actually decent beings, misunderstood, like Team Jacob. They're not evil, they're just different, and always losing their shirts.
Put your clothes on.
And the whole us versus them mindset that the Kree inherited in their wars with the Skrull actually dates back to the Eternals versus Deviant wars of ancient times. And I believe this twist is actually going to mask a deeper twist, one that will be revealed late in the film, maybe in the post-credit scene. Now, I'll admit I don't wake up every day with this face being that fresh, especially after a long night of piecing together these clues from Marvel set photos and Marvel Instagram posts. A big help with waking me up so that I can yell all these things at you is Bang Energy! And thanks to Bang Energy for sponsoring this video. Every can of Bang is 16 ounces. That's right, no wimpy 12-ounce cans here. It contains 300 milligrams of caffeine. It's sugar-free. It has 0 calories, yet it tastes great. Candy, apple, crisp. There's over 20 different flavors to choose from. This one, yeah, candy apple crisp, so tasty on my lips, but also on my tongue, cause my lips don't have them taste buds. Yeah, it might cause you to burst in a song, if you're weird. I think my lips do have taste buds now. Check out Bang on Instagram. You can get 25% off your order at bang-energy.com when you use the code NewRockstars25. There you can buy cans of Bang Energy, including their sweet tea, keto coffee flavors. You can also get clothing, fitness supplements, all kinds of stuff to be your best bangin' self. And thanks again to Bang Energy for sponsoring this video. Get 25% off at bang-energy.com using the code NewRockstars25. And hey, follow the inventor of Bang on Instagram at bangenergy.ceo. If the superpowered Eternals are hiding in plain sight in the modern era of the MCU, discreetly helping the good guys in battles and preventing various disasters behind the scenes, maybe helping contain disasters that we did go through, but keeping them from getting even worse, then the evolutionary descendants of the Deviants may also be alive in the present day. And I'm not talking about those shape-shifting Skrulls. They're Deviants from other worlds, off Earth. I think the Deviants from this world, the Terran Deviants, will go by a new name. And what's another word we use on this planet for genetic deviations? Mutations. Yes, the modern day Deviants in the MCU, I believe, are mutants. They live in secret, they hide in plain sight, they do everything they can to contain their mutant abilities. They fear that they'll be outed and caged as freaks experimented on by the government. Perhaps this government experimentation on mutants has already been going on with secret programs like Project Exodus.
Everything from Projects Pegasus, Exodus, and Goliath.
Exodus being an alternate name for Weapon X in the MCU. Now, in the Marvel Comics, this isn't exactly the history of the X gene, but it is one of those reinterpreted elements that Marvel fans aren't really that sacred about. You can imagine Kevin Feige being totally okay tinkering with this. Because really, I just think there's a great opportunity here for Marvel to retcon a backstory of this universe for both the Eternals and the mutants that links them both to the Celestials. So yes, if Marvel wants to use the Eternals to establish mutants in this universe, just imagine a post-credit scene that follows the mutating deviant gene through generation after generation of human history until it arrives to the present day, and the blood of a lone hitchhiker in the Canadian wilderness climbs up into a truck, shakes the snow out of his sideburns. The name's Logan. Shing, 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 Wolverine. What do you think will be the big twist of the Eternals? Comment down below, and for more unfiltered thoughts on the MCU, join our Discord server by becoming a patron today at patreon.com/newrockstars. Follow me at Erik Voss, follow New Rockstars, and subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns of everything Marvel. Thanks for watching, bye. Evolution moves leaps forward every 1,000 years, blah, 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 blah. Make it so.